Whoa, shit. Bruh. Damn.
Dre'S World.
How can you sit there and say that I killed my daughter? How?
What? Killed your daughter?
We're in San Diego, California.
Come on
The
now.
sentencing of Regina Johnson. The 60-year-old mother was convicted of 2 counts of second-degree murder.
Damn.
Shooting and killing her husband and their 14-year-old daughter inside the family
Oh,
apartment.
wow.
Prosecutors.
Yo, I won't be surprised if this won't end up on an episode of like Snapped for real. Cause damn, I wonder what she killed the husband and the daughter for. Like, what was going on in that house?
Argued Johnson had become furious with her husband because of his long history of infidelity.
Okay, that explains it. But why the daughter?
She walked from the first shot through Lee's room, around the corner, followed him as he retreated, stood over him, and executed him.
Johnson admitted to killing her husband, but claimed it was only in retaliation for seeing him shoot their 14-year-old daughter, following an argument the two were having. Her defense team argued she had no motive to kill her only child, who was at the very center of her life.
There's no way Regina Johnson could kill a daughter. It just wasn't him. She loved her too much. Not on this day, not on any day.
Johnson remained inside the apartment for 3 days with the bodies of her daughter and husband.
That's
until
crazy.
A family member tipped off police. Ultimately, blood spatter evidence and analysis of the victim's gunshot wounds pointed to Johnson as being the only shooter.
Oh, wow.
She was
Oh,
found
wow.
guilty. Now at sentencing, Judge Joan Weber tries to sum up the tragic case.
Only you really know what happened. And you probably never will know the full story.
Judge, how can you say that?
But Johnson
I really want to know what she killed the daughter for. Like, I guess I can understand the husband. I'm killing somebody, or let me not say that, unaliving someone. It's never okay, right? Unaliving somebody is never okay. But I really want to know, what was the motive behind taking the daughter's life?
interrupts.
They never proved
Mrs.
anything.
Johnson,
Nobody ever said, they never even had a motive. Why?
Mrs.
Why? How can you
Johnson.
sit there and say that I killed my daughter?
Mental illness, man. Check on your people. Some of us are not okay.
Facing the finality of the situation, Johnson does not go quietly.
Judge, you are not a fair judge. You are not. You talk about the evidence. You don't even know what the evidence really was. None of that stuff she talked about was true. I shot him because he shot my daughter. She's not fair. What kind of judge is that?
Regina Johnson's
Crazy.
final words would not change the outcome of the case. She was sentenced to 80 years to life with the
Damn.
possibility of parole
Damn.
for the murder of her husband and 14-year-old daughter.
FBI, open up!
That's it for this edition of Court
Ladies and
Cam.
gentlemen,
I'm Dan Abrams.
we
Thanks
got
for
it.
watching.
Crazy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Abrams, and this is Court Cam.
You ready to take the play?
Whoa, shit. Bruh.
I hope you die in prison as well.
First up, we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The sentencing of Claudette Mitchell.
Okay, okay.
The 37-year-old pled guilty to child neglect resulting in death after a 7-week-old baby died at the daycare she operated out of her home.
Wow. No, no.
Dre'S World!
Okay, just hearing the start of this, of them saying it was a 7-week-old baby that passed away at her daycare, this is exactly why I never let none of my kids' moms put none of my kids in daycare. We worked together to figure that shit out, right? You can't trust everybody with your kids. That's all I'm gonna say. Is you can't trust everybody with your kids, and that shit really frightened me to know that my kid was gonna be left with somebody that I didn't know and that their mom didn't really know. So we just had to figure it out, work through with our schedules and whatever to make it happen, to make sure that one of us was at home during the day with our kids until they was able to go to school. Because ain't no way in hell, ain't no way.
Also said she did not know how the child died. An autopsy later
This shit is
revealed the
crazy.
cause of death to be blunt force trauma to the
No.
child. Now, at sentencing, Mitchell faces a maximum possible sentence of 25 years in prison in a
Bruh.
courtroom packed with more than 50 members of the victim's
No,
family.
that's man.
Anguished
Come on, man.
reactions can be heard from the gallery after Mitchell is sentenced to 3.5 years.
Listen, I don't know if she gonna tell us that she didn't do it, but somebody did it. They said it was blunt force trauma. We all know that's an object to the head, or somebody hitting with a fist, like your fist, or you taking like, you know, a pole or something to hitting somebody, or a bat. That's blunt force trauma. We know that. But a fucking 7-week-old baby though. Yeah, man. Lock her the fuck up. Lock her the fuck up,
Ladies
bro.
and gentlemen, we got him.
I don't care what they talking about.
In prison. Perhaps sensing growing tension in the gallery, Judge Jeffrey Wagner issues a warning.
This is still courtroom. Everybody's going to have to meet the quorum of the court.
The message, however, is ignored, and seconds later, tempers reach a boiling point.
Whoa, shit. Whoa. Hey, man. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. Hey.
After Mitchell's removed from the
Hey, we already knew that was gonna happen. You heard people in the gallery wailing and shit, and then of course, you know, it's a baby involved. And I'm just gonna be real with you. When you got this is a black families, just let's say that we knew it was gonna go down some way or another. Whether it was gonna happen in there or outside, somebody was getting hands put on them. We knew it.
courtroom, a brawl breaks out between her supporters and the victim's family.
I knew it. Like,
including the baby's father. As
man,
deputies struggle to separate the families, the warning says
Crazy.
the stun gun can be heard.
oh shit.
But
Yeah, they better get the fuck up out of there for real.
ordered to the court.
Yeah, get up out of there. Yeah, no,
For more
man.
than a minute, the mad
Yeah.
scene plays out.
It's over. And that's the thing.
Ultimately, the victim's father
And that's the thing too. Yeah, we know that the baby passing and everything, it was a murder, really. That baby was murdered and everything. They should have had, I feel like they should have more security in there. With all them people in there, should have more security, one. And then two, it's like you can't tell these families how to feel. They just lost a baby, man. They just lost a baby. I don't know what I would do if I lost mine. So they just lost that baby. You can't really tell these people how to feel. But at the same time, yeah, I feel like they should have had more security in there, and they could have had it a little bit more regulated had they had more security.
Father and grandfather end up on the floor and are handcuffed until the situation is brought under control. Both the victim's father and grandfather claimed they were just protecting themselves and were
Right.
released shortly after. No one ended up being charged following the courtroom clash.
Hey, they got blessed that day, cause yeah, they got blessed for real. Cause most of they would have
Next, we
took all
head
y'all
to
ass to jail
Georgia for the sentencing of Tex McIver.
for real.
The 75-year-old attorney was found guilty of felony murder in the death of his wife, Diane McIver.
Oh, what the?
Defendant claimed he
Come on.
accidentally shot McIver while driving back from their horse farm. Diane McIver was the president of an airport
DRE'S World.
How many of y'all believe that? How many of y'all believe that he accidentally shot her?
service company. Prosecutors believe she was killed for her money. McIver
That's
pled
crazy.
not guilty, but after a trial lasting 19 days, he was convicted.
Good.
Before sentencing, friends of the victim make heartfelt statements to a packed courtroom.
The actions have traumatized me. I lost sleep.
because I so wanted to believe that it was an accident.
This has been one of the saddest and most horrific incidents that has happened in my life. To have lost my friend of over 40 years that was more like a sister than a friend has broken my heart.
They said he killed her for some money.
It was McIver's turn to speak, which is what he did.
I wonder how much
for
money he had on
15
her.
Bizarre minutes, touching on just about everything. Everything.
Definite
that
life
is,
insurance policy,
except
for sure.
the crime.
Last week, on one given day, I received 11 different pieces of mail. One is a lady from Ireland. Then there is the most unique individual I think that I've ever corresponded with. His name is Trent Jones. He's a racehorse jockey in Perth, Australia. His favorite racehorse, Hobart, has been retired just this year. And now he and Hobart are free to step into the surf in Perth and play.
The
Trace World!
Okay, so I don't know if he's trying to build a case for him being mentally ill so he can get like less time or not be charged with the murder, because you know when people say that they mentally unstable in court and shit, a lot of times the judge and the jury is a little bit more lenient on them because they have a mental illness. And I don't know if that's what he's trying to play. That's the angle by him talking about random shit that don't nobody care about, or if he just don't give a fuck and he like, okay, I'm gonna just come in here and be completely disrespectful and not say anything, apologizing to the friends or the family. I'm just gonna come in here and talk about random ass shit because I don't care that much. That's some diabolical shit, man.
surreal statement continues as McIver moves on to his next subject, thanking his friends in the community.
Yeah, he definitely like trolling or some shit. He being disrespectful.
Before he was done, he hit one more subject completely unrelated to the murder, his godson's favorite basketball team.
He's a huge fan of the Golden State Warriors. Instead of anything, I had to say go
Stupid.
Finally, he gets around to discussing the relationship with his late wife of 11 years.
The luckiest day of my life was when Diane chose me. In doing so, we started a relationship that can only be described as amazing. We loved each other like small children.
So why you kill her then?
We just couldn't believe it was that good.
He goes on to explain just how deep their connection was.
In fact, it became, if people are able to believe it, telepathic. And my conscience would hear these words. Is this truly real? She had telepathically communicated those words. Is this truly real? It is truly real. It is truly real.
Before announcing his sentence, Judge Robert McBurney offers a reaction to McIver's words.
Yeah, he trying to plead insanity. Definitely.
I'll tell you what's most telling. You had as much time as you wanted to share with me what you...
Hey, is it just me or does this judge look like the UFC commentator Kenny Florian? He kind of looked like Buddy.
thought was important for me to hear, and we heard about racehorses in Australia and Chick-fil-A and telepathy.
Right. The fuck?
I didn't ever hear you say you're sorry for what you did.
That's because he's not.
To me, that silence speaks volumes.
All that was left was the sentence.
The penalty for felony murder is life.
I'm
going to sentence you, count 2, to a term of life with the possibility of parole.
McIver was sentenced to life in prison and is eligible for parole after 30 years when...
DRE'S World!
That sounds about right. Life, because he murdered his wife over some damn money, and then he got up here and played dumb and played like something was really wrong with him by talking about stuff that had nothing to do with his case or anything, just being completely disrespectful. So yes, he took a life and didn't care, so don't give a damn about giving him life.
He would be 105 years old.
How sick can you be? What else have you done?
Next, we go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a bond hearing. The defendant's 49-year-old Richard Hilliard was charged with voyeurism. Hilliard allegedly invited both young and underage girls onto his yacht.
No.
Aptly named Yachtso Trouble. And
come on, man. See?
recorded them in the shower.
See?
One of the girls on the boat found the iPad that was recording.
DRE'S World!
If it's one thing that I hate hearing is anything to do with underage kids or anything to do with kids in general, man. Abuse, neglect, you know, any of that stuff. I'm not gonna say some of the other things on here because I don't want to be, you know, too graphic or whatever, or, you know, get censored by YouTube. But yeah, man, anything involving minors, man, that shit, it really, really bothers me. Because I'm one of those people who really advocate for protecting kids because I got kids of my own. So when I be hearing shit like this, man, it just make me sick to my stomach, man. And if he did this shit that they saying that he did, yes, lock him up. I feel like anybody who's a predator who preys on young kids or minors, they need to go to prison. They need life. We need life sentences for people who do shit like that. I feel like that's worse than people who sell drugs, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's killing people, but you taking this kid's innocence, you just took their whole life away from them. They didn't have a chance to, you know, grow up and mature and fucking, you know, get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and get married and stuff. Like, you taking their innocence like that and doing that to them it really messes with them mentally. You see what I'm saying? So you ruined their life, so I feel like they should take their life too by giving them life in prison.
In the shower, took it, gave it to her
fucking
mother,
nasty.
Turned it into police. Before his bond's announced, Hilliard, who helps run his family business, makes a brief statement remotely to the judge.
Nasty bitch.
This is a close offense. Actually, made it a criminal justice.
Also appearing as one of the victims, along with her infuriated mother.
This man is supposed to be an upstanding citizen in our community, and we have
that makes it even worse.
If he knew anything about criminal justice, he would realize that videoing girls in a shower, which was premeditated,
right,
is wrong. These girls have lost so much. They are very violated. They fear their lives. He is a dangerous man.
And see, I'm gonna stop pausing it, but that's exactly what I was just talking about. What the mom is saying. He took, you know, a sense of security from them. They're gonna be on edge all the time. Anytime they're around a man now, they're gonna feel like they're doing that to them. They're watching them. You know, making them feel uncomfortable, putting them in uncomfortable situations. They're not going to want to be around, you know, men in that capacity because of what he has done to them mentally. This shit is sick, man.
My daughter, who just turned 18,
it's sick.
supposed to be her graduation
nasty as hell.
week.
Look at him.
She has babysitted for his children for years.
And he not sorry either, by the way. He not sorry. Just look at his face.
How long has this been going on? That he has violated my daughter. That he's been looking at her in the nude. How sick can you be? What else have you done?
Next, it's the victim herself, who offers a few words to the judge.
And it's not fair for me and the rest of these girls that have to live in the same community as him. And he knows where I live. He knows my family. I've been babysitting for him for 2 years now.
And for her to have to see what he has videoed is sick.
Yeah, man.
Thank you both for being here.
I agree. Lock him the fuck up.
$50,000, make that a surety bond. Good luck to you.
Hilliard makes bond, but in the next 24 hours, he's arrested again when it's discovered that 7 other girls, including minors...
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. See, that's what I was just saying. I said you could tell by looking at his face that he don't care. You can tell by looking at his face that didn't matter to him. And then they find out that there's 7 more girls that he victimized. There's 7 more girls that he fucking victimized. And I knew it by looking at his face that he didn't care. That was just the first time he got caught. And when he got caught, that must have opened up the floodgates for them to find out all this other shit about dude too. Man, I don't like that type of shit. That shit is disgusting. Like I said, it's always gonna be disgusting to me. And like I said, lock him the fuck
Ladies and
up.
gentlemen, we got him.
Hilliard goes before a new judge to ask for a second bond.
Traditional bond, $175,000. That's $25,000 cash or surety.
Fucking clown, man.
Hilliard posts bond a second time, but his
See,
freedom
this
will
is
only be
crazy.
temporary. Law enforcement would go on to discover
I want to know how are they allowing him to keep posting bond for this type of shit? He got locked up twice for, you know, the voyeurism and shit with the underage girls. Twice. He had a total of 8 victims. We know of one because he went to court the first time, and then they said he came back to court because it was 7 more that stepped forward. And y'all keep letting him get a bond so he can get out. And we know he got money because the lady said something about him being like not a pillar in that community, but he's well known in the community. I'm assuming he owned a business. If he had a yacht that he can be on, a boat that he was on. The fuck?
that over the course of 8 to 10 years, Hilliard had secretly recorded at least 16
That's
child
crazy.
victims at various
8 to 10 years?
including his yacht, his homes, and various hotel rooms.
Bruh.
Of the 8 total
Bruh.
charges he faced,
We are definitely looking at the white Diddy. We're looking at the white version of Diddy. And that's not me being funny. I mean, yeah, he didn't use the baby oil with the drugs and do what he was doing, but I feel like if he would have continued and kept doing it, he would have built up the courage enough to start. He would have built up enough confidence and courage to start doing even more with these girls. It would have went from filming to now he gonna come out and touch on them. You know what I mean? It would have went from filming to him touching on them to some other stuff. I'm glad they fucking got his ass and it stopped at the filming part. And I hope and pray that the shit that he filmed, that he didn't send it to nobody else so it's not out there, and that they able to erase that shit. Because, man, come on, man. These girls might get older and have kids of their own. They kids don't need to be seeing that shit.
Hilliard eventually pleaded guilty to sexual exploitation of a minor and possession of child pornography.
Disgusting, bro.
He's sentenced to 35 years in prison.
Good. He should have got more.